I'm Aaron.
And I'm Olivia. It's December 7th, and you're watching Cougar News Network, brought to you by Asheville Middle School Journalism.
Next week, it looks like the high is going to be 45 with lows in the 20s. Looks like we could be getting some snow Sunday night following through Monday. Stay tuned for a detailed report.
Make sure you get your snow boots and jacket ready for the snow that could hit Asheville this weekend.
Thanks, Olivia. I know we're all pretty excited about this. Our top stories today include France suspending fuel tax leading to violent protests, the 41st president of the U.S. passing, the upcoming potential snowstorm, and a feature on the Cougar tank.
According to the Washington Post, France is considering a state of emergency to stop some of the worst social unrest the country has seen in over a decade. A Monday appearance at the Climate Change Summit by French Prime Minister Philippe was suddenly canceled. Philippe instead spent the day with political leaders discussing how to defuse nationwide protests that increasingly turned violent. Over the weekend, cars in Paris were torched, stores looted, and the Arc de Triomphe, a symbol of victory during the Napoleonic Wars, vandalized. Over 400 people were arrested and more than 100 injured. This included the 23 members of the security services. The protests mostly center on gas prices, specifically diesel. French drivers mostly own diesel-powered vehicles, and diesel prices have risen a lot. The blame, drivers say, lies with the government policies that took effect at the beginning of 2018 and add an additional 7.6 cents in taxes for each liter of diesel purchased. Data from the European Commission shows France's taxes on the fuel, estimated to be around 59%, is one of the highest in the European Union. French President Macron says tax hikes on gas are needed to get the republic off of environment-polluting fossil fuels. In an October interview with the regional newspapers, Macron noted, "I prefer taxing fuel to taxing labor. People complaining about the rising gas prices are the same ones who complain about their children suffering." The French president also promised to come down hard on violent protesters, saying they will be identified and held accountable for their actions before the courts. He said, "I will always respect protests, and I will always listen to the opponents, but I will never accept violence." And now, back to the studio.
Our national story for today is about George Bush's recent passing.
George H.W. Bush, the president who managed to end the Cold War and forge a global coalition to overthrow the Iraqi forces from Kuwait, has died at age 94. According to BBC, he was born into a privilege and a tradition of service. A celebrated World War II combat pilot, student athlete, Texas oilman, Republican congressman, National Party chairman, pioneering diplomat, and spy chief. He was the 44th president and was elected in 1989. He had some controversy during the presidency involving civil rights, the AIDS crisis, and the war on drugs. Overall, many did respect him. His overall political career spanned 3 decades from his start in Congress to his presidency. He lost his bid for re-election in 1993 to Bill Clinton. He lived to see his son, George W. Bush, win the Oval Office in 2000. George Bush will be honored this week in Washington and Houston in several tributes and memorial services before he is laid to rest at the Presidential Library and Museum at Texas A&M University in College Station. And now back to you.
Thank you, Ingrid.
President George H.W. Bush's last words were, "I love you too," to his son.
That is so sad, but I'm glad that his words were something sweet to remember.
We now go to Brooke reporting on the snow this weekend.
Thanks, Olivia. Looks like we could be getting some winter weather this coming weekend. A winter weather event will be developing early Saturday and into the weekend and early Monday. According to Asheville WX meteorologist Hunter Ward, on Monday there was some disagreement among global models as to how cold the atmosphere will actually be on Saturday. But there is to be an agreement that the column over Asheville on Saturday evening will be frozen and support snowfall. Asheville WX says 12 plus inches might be the case, but you can definitely expect some icy roads and some snow, so stay safe and keep warm.
Thanks, Brooke.
Hopefully there will be enough snow for some winter fun.
Yes, I'm hoping that we will definitely get enough to pull out the sleds and enjoy that.
Now to Carter with the 7th graders Cougar tank.
Hey Cougars, I'm here with Casey and Lila from Miss Portugal's class in 7th grade. Her class is doing Cougar Tank, where they make a product in a group, get money from investors, and sell their product. What are you guys selling?
We will be selling handmade cards that we each design ourselves, and they will have custom writing on the inside, and we will have many varieties of our cards.
I did Cougar Tank last year, and it was a lot of fun. Can you describe the whole process?
So first, we get our business plan and budget sheet and what we're selling worked out, and we make prototypes so we can pitch to the investors. When we pitch to the investors, we ask for a specific amount of money, $25 at most, for the supplies for our product.
And finally, how did you come up with what you were selling?
A few years ago, when it was Christmas Eve, and my cousin gave me a Christmas card, and she made it herself, and it was really cute, and it just brightened my day. And so I wanted to give her one that I made, but when I went to the store to buy one, they were all like computer made and super expensive because I couldn't make one because I didn't have the materials. And
All right.
her face just fell when I gave it to her.
Thanks, Casey and Lila. Make sure to check out the Cougar Tank. It is scheduled for Tuesday, December 18th in the cafeteria from 1 to 3, and check again from 5 to 6. This has been Carter, and now back to the studio.
Thanks, Carter.
I know I'm proud to be a Cougar, and you should be too.
Yeah, me too. Make sure you bring some money on December 18th to buy the 7th graders amazing products.
Go Cougars!
Before we sign off, here are a few more updates for the week. Time is running out to get the best price yearbook of the year. You can purchase a yearbook on cougarprideavl.com. 8th graders, make sure your permission slips are turned in for the Asheville High Tour. Go see the AMS Theater Showcase this weekend. 8th graders tonight at 7 p.m. in the gym. Tickets are $3 for students, and 6th and 7th is Saturday at 7 p.m. The Spaghetti Supper is coming up. The event is hosted by NJHS and will take place on Wednesday, December 12th at 5 p.m. Tickets are $5 for individuals and $20 for families. They can be purchased in advance or at the door. The Chorus and Strings concert is next week on the 12th here at AMS, and the band concert is the 14th at Asheville High. Come support AMS music.
I'm Erin.
And I'm Olivia. Signing off.
Until next time, Cougar family, have a roarific week.
Cougar Pride!